Hello, everyone. Today I want to talk about the claim that science disproves God. This topic is personally important to me because I struggled with it when I was younger. I grew up in a Christian home, but many of the and private schools I attended taught me scientific theories that seemed to contradict what I read in the Bible. As someone who now studies engineering, I have learned that science and Christianity are not enemies. Instead, I believe they answer different kinds of questions and can actually support one another. This topic is significant because many people assume that believing in science means rejecting God. If that's true, then Christianity will have no place in an age of technology, science, and yeah, scientific achievements. However, after studying Christian apologetics, I have more reasons to believe that science does not disprove God. There are several different opinions on this issue. The first is that science has made God unnecessary. Some people argue that the natural processes such as evolution, the Big Bang, and the laws of physics explain everything without needing a creator. In this view, science eventually replaces religion because everything new or every discovery that's new removes another reason to believe in God. A second opinion is that science and are completely separate. According to this view, science answers questions about physics and the physical world, while religion only answers questions about meaning and morality. These two areas never overlap in this view. The third opinion, which I agree with, is that science and Christianity are compatible. Scientific discoveries help us understand how God's creation works, while scripture tells us who created it and why it exists. The Bible is not intended to be a scientific textbook, but it does reveal the creator behind the universe. My position is that science does not disprove God, and I have three main reasons for believing this. The first, science depends on an orderly universe. As an engineering student, I spend a great deal of time working with mathematics, physics, and the laws of nature. Engineering engineers are able to design aircraft, rockets, and structures because God's universe follows a consistent pattern. If gravity or the laws of thermodynamics change every day, engineering would be impossible. The Bible teaches us that God is the source of this order. Colossians 1:17 says, He is before all things, and in him all things hold together. This consistency that science depends on is exactly what we would expect in an intelligent God who created and sustains the universe. William Lane Craig argues in On Guard, his book, the scientific discoveries actually raise deeper philosophical questions. Science can describe how natural processes work, but it cannot explain why the universe exists in the first place or why the laws of nature are so remarkably ordered. Craig explains that the beginning of the universe points towards a cause beyond space, time, and matter, which fits well with the biblical understanding of God. Second, the fine tuning of the universe suggests that there is an intelligent design. As an engineer, we know that systems require careful planning. Even small changes can cause machine or aircraft to fail. For example, the Earth is perfectly distanced from the sun so that it's not too hot or too cold for life forms like humans to exist and thrive. The Bible begins with this statement in Genesis. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Later, in Psalms 19, the heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. These verses remind us that creation itself points beyond itself to its creator. Tim Keller discusses this idea in his book, The Reason for God. He argues that science explains many natural processes, but explanations of processes do not eliminate the need for causes. Understanding how engines work does not eliminate the engineer who designed it. In the same way, discovering the natural law does not eliminate the God who established the law. Third, science cannot answer every important question. Science is an incredible tool, but it has limits. It measures physical things, but it can measure physical things, test hypotheses, and explain natural mechanisms. However, it cannot answer questions such as why do why does objective morality exist? Why do humans long for a purpose? Why is there something instead of nothing? N.T. Wright writes in Simply Christian that humans naturally seek justice, beauty, spirituality, and a relationship because these desires point towards the God who created us. Christianity offers those answers, and Christianity offers answers to those questions. The Bible also teaches us this truth, as we'll read in Romans 1:20. For since the creation of the world, invisible qualities, his internal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, been understood from what has been made so that people are without excuse. According to scripture, creation itself points towards God. Now, in closing, I believe science does not disprove God. Instead, science allows better understanding of God's creation. The order of the universe is fine-tuned and eliminates the scientific explanation of all support and explanation also and scientific explanation all supports the idea that an intelligent creator exists. Studying engineering has actually strengthened my faith rather than weakened it. The more I learn about mathematics, physics, and design, the harder it is for me to believe that everything happened by accident. Science explains why many amazing things about the universe, but it does not replace God. Instead, it gives us another way to appreciate his wisdom, power, and creativity. Thank you.